South Australia is the nation's least populous state, but what we're about to show you will completely change your perspective. Beyond Adelaide and the wine regions, one place is repeatedly mentioned by travel experts as the state's standout destination. A raw, untamed island filled with unique wildlife and a kangaroo population outnumbering humans 13-1. It's a mystery as to why tourism hasn't boomed here yet. So we took it upon ourselves to discover whether Kangaroo Island is on the brink of something big. From Cape Jervis, we boarded a short ferry which cost us 264 Aussie dollars one way. Definitely not the most affordable ferry we've been on.
When we booked this trip, we actually had no idea how beautiful this island is. Like, the harbour itself was just stunning.
That was one of the most beautiful harbours I have ever seen.
Look at this view we have already. Oh, I just know we're gonna love this place. It is so windy here right now, but we're actually staying somewhere which is a little bit off grid tonight, so we gotta make our way there. But before we do, we wanna talk about the big 7 animals that we want to see whilst we're here in Kangaroo Island. Ugh. Okay, a little less windy in here.
So the big 7 animals that we need to see whilst we're here, we've decided are kangaroos,
Obviously.
wallabies, I'm not too sure on the difference, koalas, because they have quite a lot of them here. Dolphins, seals, little penguins, and what was the last?
Echidnas, which look like porcupines or something like that. No,
yeah.
Hedgehogs. They kind of look like hedgehogs. Anyway, let's go to our off-grid cabin for tonight.
We've already picked up some groceries because there's not going to be a restaurant where we're going tonight.
Before we came here, we read about how you have to be really careful driving on this island because of all the wildlife, obviously, the big 7 we've talked about. So I don't want to hit any kangaroos, we've got to be really careful.
We want to see them alive, preferably.
Preferably. We've seen enough dead kangaroos in the last video. Wow, look at that, guys. That is our view. Is that going to be our view tonight?
Yes.
That's insane.
Here we go.
Park here.
Wow.
This view is actually insane. There's a few other cabins here, but we're pretty much off-grid and in our private little place. Like, this is incredible. Bit windy though, isn't it? Yeah. Look at my hair, I look windswept.
Oh my gosh. I'm hoping we're going to see like some kangaroos.
Just in the mornings on the fields out in front of us. So we have like this outdoor kind of kitchen area, which is pretty cool. And then we'll just briefly show you in a little bit of the main room.
It's kind of like one of those cool outdoorsy cabins. We have like a little kitchen, little bed. It's very cozy. There's lots of little features as well, which we'll get to at some point, but we've only just arrived. So I think it's time we have a glass of wine. They left us a bottle of red wine from Kangaroo Island, so we obviously need to try it because they are famous for their wine, but they only have champagne glasses, so that's what we're doing. It's so windy! Cheers! I don't know what happened in the last half an hour that we were eating, but it has gone so cold outside.
It's like the UK winter, not Australian summer. What is this thing?
I'm so confused.
What is going on?
Oh my gosh!
What?
Kangaroos!
Where?
Oh my gosh! Joel, down there!
Oh,
down there! They're so far away, but this is so cool.
We got to try and get closer.
I think we're going to have a few chances because this is only our first day. We didn't quite realise how useful this feature would be, but we do actually have behind us
A sauna!
How good is that?
It's kind of useful because it's so cold.
I wasn't sure if we were going to use it, but I am excited to get in there.
We're going to relax in here and we'll see you in the morning. Hopefully there is a little bit more light. This feels so cozy.
Oh, this is a comfy bed.
No.
Good morning, everyone. We're literally in bed and we're the kangaroo. The closest we've ever been to one. Oh, it's just gone behind the hedge.
We just saw a huge one right in front of our room.
I reckon we can take off kangaroo off our bucket list.
Definitely. There are 2.
They're so close.
They're just
These kangaroos are actually unique to the island. They are a subspecies of western greys formed in isolation. They're smaller, stockier, and have darker brown fur. We're not quite sure what's going on right now, whether they're fighting or mating, but it is so cool to witness this. And it's so golden light. It's beautiful out here. We watched the sun come over our little cabin, taking in the endless views of the ocean, excited for the next few days ahead.
A little bit of change of scenery. I'm now in the bathtub. I'm not sure if we even showed you this yesterday, but just looking out at this beautiful view. Look at that. Emilia, where are you?
You enjoying the bath?
Yeah, loving the bath.
You look really silly. This place is absolutely beautiful, but we are actually leaving because we could only afford one night here. So we're gonna stay on the other side of the island for 3 more nights.
If you do want to stay here, then we booked it on Expedia. I'll leave a link in the description because this place is incredible. I don't want to leave, but we kind of have to because checkout was 5 minutes ago.
Bye!
Bye. Look at this. We've got some roadkill, but like a massive lizard roadkill.
I thought it might be like, I don't know, a koala or something, the way you reacted. It's roadkill.
Kangaroo Island is one of those places that makes you slow down without even trying. Big open roads, raw coastline, and wildlife. It feels remote, but you still need to stay connected more than you'd think. And even out here, we're constantly checking maps, booking our next place to stay, and logging into our banks. And most of this all ends up happening on random Wi-Fi networks we come across. That's actually something we've become way more conscious about whilst traveling, which is why we use NordVPN, who actually collaborated with us on today's video. NordVPN basically creates a secure encrypted connection whenever you're online. So your data stays private even on public Wi-Fi, which is super important for any travelers out there accessing lots of different Wi-Fi networks. All you have to do is open the app, tap secure my connection, and then get on with whatever you need to do. It all just happens in the background without any hassle. Now, what makes Nord different from other VPN providers is its dark web monitor, which protects you from data leaks where hackers can get access to your credentials. But this won't be a problem as Nord continuously scans for this, even when you're not connected to a VPN server. One of my favorite things is being able to access content from home. So even though we're currently in Australia, we can actually watch our favorite TV shows from back in the UK. NordVPN believe in making the internet safer and they actually offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to giving it a try. Now, you can actually get 4 extra months for free with the 2-year plan if you go to the link www.nordvpn/Joel and Emilia, and I'll leave that link in the description so you can go click it. Welcome to Stokes Bay Beach. Now, when we got here, a little bit confused because this doesn't look like the picture perfect beach we saw online, but we have now seen this little beach arrow and it says beware strong rip. So we're going to follow through here, I think.
Whoa, this is cool.
It is. Oh, we've got like a little tunnel. We actually thought we'd just turn off the beach. We didn't realise we'd have to climb through a tunnel. Blimey. This is pretty cool though. We have arrived at the beach, but this camera battery is about to die, but it is absolutely stunning. Look at this place.
It's genuinely insane. The water's so blue.
It's lovely. Windy! Oh, it's way too windy.
Wind is horrible, it's going in my eye.
I think we're gonna have to leave. Oh. It is so windy out there. It's pretty much impossible to stay on the beach and have any sort of comfort, isn't it?
It's a shame because it looks so beautiful. I'd love to swim, but
I know.
Just sand in my eye.
You just get whipped by sand. I don't know if this is usual for Kangaroo Island or whether we just got a bad weather patch, but the wind is ferocious.
today is the day that we are going out to sea to do one of the things that made us book this trip to this island. It is, however, looking a little bit moody today.
And grey. Apparently it might rain. So we're hoping it's not cancelled. We'll get there very shortly, but fingers crossed. We have arrived, and today, well, hopefully in an hour's time, we're going to be swimming with dolphins and maybe seals. We will see.
I hope so.
Let's go check in and hopefully see some wildlife.
We pulled on our wetsuits and climbed aboard the boat, cruising along the coastline in search of wildlife. We were lucky enough to spot a couple of dolphins in the distance, but since they weren't in a pod, we couldn't swim with them. Rounding the coast, we arrived at Seal Rock, where several seals were stretched out across the rocks. Once we got the green light, we slipped into the water and waited for them to come to us. And after a few minutes, they began jumping in, curious and completely unafraid. They swam circles around us, and we quickly realised just how playful they are. Some even floated on their backs, a clever way to help regulate their body temperature. After 30 minutes in the water, it was time to head back, and somehow the experience was even better than we'd imagined.
That was so cool. It got so close.
It was literally just facing me and I was like eye to eye. We have just got back to the car after that experience, and although we didn't see any dolphins,
A little bit sad.
we are so happy with the seals we saw.
I couldn't believe how close we were getting to them. They were coming around, like spinning around us, trying to play with us.
They're so curious, and I don't think I've ever appreciated seals that much before, but they're actually so cool.
So cool. I'm so glad, because that's like a big bucket list thing. Swimming with seals. I didn't even know you could do that until
No.
like a few weeks back when we were looking at this.
Underrated marine animal.
Seals. Anyway, we need to go to Emu Bay because we reckon we can still tick off the dolphins.
To be fair, we did see a couple, but they were like very far away. And I'm
I guess
like,
we can tick it off. But I want to see a big pod.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, we've just seen a kangaroo. I can't zoom in anymore. This is so cool.
I've got such a good shot.
Guys, we're actually like right next to a kangaroo.
This is insane. Why is he so chilled? I think we've made friends.
We think this is its baby that's just come over. And it's so cute.
I'm just laughing at them bouncing. It's such an unnormal thing to do.
But why is there no other animals that do it apart from wallabies and kangaroos, and only in Australia?
They're just built different here. We have just arrived at Emu Bay, which is hopefully where we're going to see the dolphins.
This beach is genuinely stunning. I'm going to say it does remind me a bit of Scotland. I think it's the white sand and just like
The
green.
windy conditions.
The windy, maybe because it's cold.
We got jeans on the beach.
That might be why.
It's beautiful though.
The Scotland of Australia. That is intended as a compliment because we love Scotland. I've just seen a pelican. I thought it was a swan at first.
Is that a
but
pelican?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh
What else
yeah,
would it be?
look at the beak.
It's like this long. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I love the beaches here. They are literally stunning. Just long white sand beaches all around us. Whoa, look at my hat. You can tell the wind of that now. Woo-hoo! It's been feeling so cold with the wind, but right now it's just stopped suddenly. I kind of want to go in, but I don't have my board shorts. I can't go swimming.
Sucks.
Fully clothed, swim?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. This island is seriously beautiful.
Unfortunately, we didn't see any more dolphins, but having this pristine beach all to ourselves is truly unforgettable. Anywhere else in the world, a beach like this would surely be packed. But due to its remote location, this island really does feel like an untouched paradise.
So chilly this morning. It's 14 degrees, but my phone says it feels like 10, and that's quite accurate. Which is so funny because it's 9 degrees in the UK at the moment in winter.
That is weird.
It's so golden this morning.
So golden. Such a beautiful day. Doesn't feel like there's too much wind. doesn't mean it's not going to pick up. You never know here. The Seal Bay Sanctuary Zone. We were hoping to go to Seal Bay, but it doesn't open till 9 AM, which we were like surprised by. So we're here at 7 and hopefully going to see some seals here instead. It's almost, it feels weird, but it almost like wearing jeans on the beach.
Yeah,
It's a little bit like different.
It's a cozy feeling.
Yeah.
I just saw something splashing around in the water and I'm pretty sure it was a seal, because I don't think it would be a shark at this point because it is quite shallow, but apparently this is a huge area for great white sharks, which hence why we're not swimming here. Oh, there he is. Oh my goodness. It's now 9 AM, so we've just popped around the corner from that beach to Seal Bay, which is supposed to be an even better chance of seeing seals. So hopefully we'll see them a bit more up close. Let's see. We just paid the entry fee, which was 20 Aussie dollars each. And then if you wanted to do the guided tour, it's actually $42 each, which is quite a lot of money. So we just stuck to the self-guided, but that does mean we can't actually go down right onto the beach with them, but we can just have a look from the boardwalk, which is still pretty cool.
The most exciting thing is we just saw a seal, but apparently this is where the sea lions are, and it's actually an endangered species of sea lions. So that's another one to our bucket list which we can add. We didn't even have it on there in the first place. You won't believe, we can see a whale carcass.
I assume it's a whale because there's no way a sea lion is that big.
The skeleton below is remains of a juvenile humpback whale. So it's only a baby.
It's huge.
It's huge.
This place is beautiful.
There's one down there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that a baby one?
It looks small, right? He's running. They're playing.
Oh my gosh.
There's two kids playing.
They're actually playing on the beach. That's so cute. I have to say, sea lions are pretty funny animals.
They also kind of remind me of like pandas, the way they just roll around and they just look like they're having fun there.
It's the way they just run and then just flop and look like just slugs on the beach.
We were then recommended a place where we had the best chance of spotting wild koalas along with a local guide. And it didn't take long before we spotted our first one.
Yeah, if you know where to look, they're quite easy to find. This is the only type of eucalyptus that the koalas eat on the island.
Oh wow.
And they love to sleep in the kitchen. Sometimes they will be in this sort of like cover.
You spotted our first koala.
I did it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, it's sleeping now. See, it's had a busy night now, it's just digesting. Yeah, I walked straight past that.
Wow.
Wow.
So many.
Pretty cool.
What have you seen? 4 already?
Yeah.
It's crazy. They're such fluffy creatures, aren't they? Just their face.
They're adorable. There's a snake.
Whoa, yeah.
Whoa, that's quite big.
We've just found a super deadly snake, and apparently this is the first one he's seen all season.
He said he's going to tease it.
He said he's going to tease it slightly, just see if we can get it moving. But it's super venomous. Tiger snake.
You did say it was poisonous though, so don't tease it too much.
It's deadly.
The scales are so pretty. That's the coolest snake I've ever seen. That's so cool. We saw 6 koalas in the end.
And to think they're so endangered on mainland Australia, but we've just seen 6 so easily.
And apparently there's 45,000 koalas on this island, which is pretty mental because it's not obviously a huge island, but they're super overpopulated here, so it's a good chance if you want to see koalas. Kangaroo Island is your place.
Randomly they have these massive dunes here, so we're going to go and try and hike up them and have a look. This thing is actually huge now that I'm up close. And quite vertical.
Are we going to go up it?
Apparently.
I think we should.
I think we should try.
Just once.
It's just always so much effort like digging through the sand.
It just feels so random having like a massive sand dune just in the middle. It's not even near the coast. If you ever try and climb a sand dune, just don't, because it's so much effort.
Help! Oh, it's beautiful.
It goes on for miles.
Wow. Woo!
Well, not miles, but it goes on quite far.
Why is this here?
It's just amongst all the bushes and the koalas.
Woohoo! I've had so much sand in my eyes on this island because it's so windy everywhere. Unfortunately, it is our last afternoon here on Kangaroo Island, but the one thing that we haven't really experienced is some proper beach time because it has been so windy. Today the wind is a little bit less and the sky is so blue.
We've read from some trusted sources that this beach, Emu Bay, is a place where you can drive on the beach and in a two-wheel drive. So we're at the same spot as yesterday and we're gonna give it a go. Wish us luck. Wow, this is fully Australian style. We're driving on the beach. It's actually working. We might
How cool is this?
That's so cool.
I think I actually might need to go for this swim. This water looks beautiful, although we don't have a wetsuit this time, so...
It's gonna be a little chillier. We've changed magically and it's time to go for a swim!
Yeah!
Oh, that breeze is cold!
My hair!
Ooh, it's a little bit chilly in there, but the worst thing is the wind. The temperature of the water, I reckon, is warmer than like the air temperature right now.
Yeah, no, like the air temperature is warm, but the wind just is Antarctic.
It's come from Antarctica, that's why. Anyway, guys, let's recap. What have we seen of the big 7 on Kangaroo Island?
So to recap, our big 7 were kangaroos, tick,
Tick.
wallabies,
Tick.
tick,
Koalas, we ticked, that was the big
Yes.
one, and we ticked it off today. That was amazing.
seals,
Seals.
tick that one, dolphins.
Dolphins.
We saw those from afar.
but that counts. We even got sea lions in there, which wasn't in our big 7, but there you go.
Happy with those.
Unfortunately, we didn't see echidnas. They're quite hard because they're small, and
We didn't see the little penguins, but they're also quite hard to see. I think you have to go on a night tour, and we obviously didn't do that, so.
yeah, so unfortunately there, but what an experience Kangaroo Island has been. I would come back. It is beautiful. These beaches are stunning, and apparently this isn't even the best one somehow.
Yeah, we didn't even go to the best one because it was
You
such
don't
a long
need to when they're
drive.
like this.
You need a week here at least, I'd
Yeah,
say.
to see everything. We love this place. South Australia has been incredible. Less touristy, beautiful beaches. What a place to come.
Big fan.
Thank you so much, guys. We will be back in Australia filming more videos, so do not worry. Please hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.